On September 22, 2009, the University of Missouri-Kansas City's Women's Center celebrated its third annual Walk a Mile in Her Shoes Walkathon in order to promote and raise awareness about rape, sexual, domestic, and gender violence. Men wore different kinds of women's high-heel shoes and walked around the university's campus to symbolize women's struggles.
It's not about that. The march is not about how we look or how we feel in these shoes. It's really important that we remember that this march, as Beth mentioned, is a march really of solidarity. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will be victims by the age of 18.
How will the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes event inform individuals, especially students, about the inequalities women face on a day-to-day basis?
Well, first of all, these heels, I mean, if you can do this, man, mad props to you. I mean, oh, you got all my respect in the world. But on a serious note, I think it's a good awareness for, women should have the same rights everybody else does. They should get treated equally just like everyone else.
How will the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes event inform individuals, especially students, about the inequalities women face on a day-to-day basis?
I guess it's been like women's shoes. It just makes you realize, like how, it's, I don't know, it just kind of puts you in a woman's position, and it just raises awareness of, just women's issues, and we just heard from that lady who was speaking and stuff, and so it's just good information, so yeah.
That there is a likeliness of a woman being victimized based solely on fact that she is a woman.
Where are we going to?
Probably the fact that she's a woman. Yeah.
The dorm?
Why?
Why do they make people do that?
Why? Why do you think why, John?
I don't know, I think men, since they're more vulnerable.
Right, definitely.
Is that it?
In August of 2009, George Sedini opened fire in a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania fitness gym aerobics class, killing 3 women and then himself. Authorities immediately found notes and diaries that explained his hatred of women, blaming them for his inadequacies. Authorities also found evidence in his home that he purposefully targeted the fitness gym because women would be attending the class.
Do you see a lot of domestic violence or violence against women on a day-to-day basis?
I don't on campus. We have a pretty safe campus. I'm pretty proud of that. We do a really good job at what we do. So I actually don't see it on campus, but we still want to do a lot to prevent it, and that's what this is all about.
You think hate crimes would be a good way to combat some of that? Hate crimes legislation that includes gender in that would be a good way to combat some of it?
Could be. I'm not really that familiar with that side of things. Since the police work, I'm just like the front line.
Right.
So I'm not really that, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at your camera. I'm not really that familiar with that side of things, but okay, thank you.
I need to...
Brandon.
If you can make one statement to share with the public that shed light on your ideals, opinions, or beliefs in regards to bias-motivated crimes committed against women and inequalities that women face, what would your statement be?
Great question. I think my statement would be that I think it's vital that men take a role in this and are part of the solution. And not part of creating any more excuses. It's been entirely too long that men have made excuses for themselves and one another, and it's time for men to take responsibility, not only individually but corporately, and calling each other out when they see guys trying to attempt to get girls drunk at parties, even talking about that, making rape jokes or any references along those lines. And it's really necessary for men to take a stand, to speak out, and to take participation in events like this in order for the violence to stop.
What's a brief description of Moxa?
First of all, let me just make sure that we all understand that MOXA is the Metropolitan Organization to Counter Sexual Assault. MOXA aims to lessen the ill effects of sexual assault in the metropolitan Kansas City area by state, so both Missouri and Kansas. We work with over 6 different counties in both those states, and we aim through this. I mean, we do treatment, we do prevention, we do education, we do intervention, and we do advocacy. So we're in hospitals providing advocacy for victims of sexual assault. We go to law enforcement. We speak to the police on behalf of the victim. We also go to court on behalf of the victim. We do treatment, providing services for victims of sexual abuse, both children on up to adults, survivors that are first coming forward for the first time, as well as we provide education, K through college and adults. So we are the Rape Crisis Center for Kansas City.